Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the UC Irvine All of Us Research Programs webinar, Genetics and Brain Health. My name is Linda Wright and I am the Community Engagement Lead with the All of Us Research Program at UCI. Please sit tight, the webinar will begin shortly. While we are waiting for more people to join, I'll go over some housekeeping items for this event. This webinar is being live streamed, recorded, and will be open to the public. Your name, if shared, will be visible to attendees, and any personal information you share during this event will be considered public. All attendees are muted upon entry. To submit questions for our speaker, please use the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. In the chat box, we will be dropping our contact information and important links throughout the presentation. Okay, let's get started. Welcome everyone to our first webinar of 2022. This is part of a series of monthly webinars that we host here at UCI. We will be continuing this series throughout the year with a range of health topics that are relevant to the community. We would love to hear your feedback and ideas for future webinars. Please stick around at the end for the feedback survey link. Today's topic was chosen due to the numerous requests we've received from previous webinar attendees throughout 2021. So thank you to all of those that submitted their topic suggestions and interests. So, what do you all think is more important, genetics or lifestyle when it comes to disease prevention? Well, the answer is both. Oftentimes when we talk about health, we first think of our physical health, but our brain health is just as vital. Changes in our brain are due to various reasons, and we hope that in today's presentation, we can all learn a little bit more about those variables. Our keynote speaker today is an expert in brain health, and he will share some valuable information about the importance of mapping your genome to better understand prevention, health, and disease. The recording of this webinar will be posted on our website listed here, allofus.health.uci.edu, under the Past Events tab. There, you will also find our previous monthly webinars. This webinar is being live streamed on Facebook on the All of Us California page listed here, facebook.com/allofusca. Please feel free to share with family, friends, or colleagues. I will start us off with a brief overview of the All of Us research program. Then our keynote speaker, who is one of our community advisory board members, Dr. Dung Trinh from Irvine Clinical Research, will be discussing the influence of lifestyle, diet, aging, and Alzheimer's on brain health. Today's webinar is a first of its kind for our entire webinar series, and we are excited you are all here with us today. Instead of a Q&A session at the end, our presenter will be having an open discussion with our audience throughout his presentation, and he will answer questions live. So please use the Q&A box to submit your questions, and we will try to get to as many of them as possible. Just as a friendly reminder, the chat box and the Q&A box will be public, and you have the option to remain anonymous. The All of Us Research Program is a national research program that is part of the broader Precision Medicine Initiative. The goal is to help researchers understand more about why people get sick or stay healthy. The All of Us Research Program is inviting 1 million people across the US to help build one of the most diverse health database in history and we welcome participants from all backgrounds. We hope that participants who join the program share information about their health, habits, and what it's like where they live. As of today, we have approximately 456,000 participants nationwide. By looking for patterns in this information, researchers may learn more about what affects people's health. The All of Us research program will last for 10 years or more, and this will allow researchers to study health over time. The All of Us research program is a National Institutes of Health program that is part of the Precision Medicine Initiative. The program was launched in 2017 to help advance precision medicine research. When we talk about precision medicine, we are referring to a new approach to improving health and treating disease that takes into account what makes us unique, such as our lifestyles, biology, and environments. Researchers can learn helpful information from studying our DNA, such as what makes people more or less likely to develop a disease, or what medications and treatments work best for different types of people. Our program's goal is to find out how environment, lifestyle, and genes can impact health differently. If you provide your blood or saliva samples to All of Us, our labs will use advanced technology to study and analyze your DNA. We will analyze your DNA in two ways. We may use genotyping, which looks at a small amount of DNA that gives us information about changes in your DNA, or whole genome sequencing, which looks at almost all of your DNA. It will take some time to get your DNA results, but we will share them with you when they become available. Some of the information we expect to share with you is your ancestry, traits, increased risk of developing a particular health condition, how your body might react to certain medications, and other health-related information. Eligibility for our program is simple. Adults over the age of 18 living anywhere in the United States can join. We also have staff to assist with enrollment in Spanish and Vietnamese. Participation in our program consists of 6 steps. The first 5 steps can be safely completed at home. Please go to joinallofus.org to get started. Step 2 is to give your consent, and step 3 is to share your health history. Step number 4 is to let us know if you would like your DNA results returned to you. Participants need to provide a blood sample in order to get DNA results. In step 4, you can say yes, no, or not sure about getting your results back, and you can change your decision at any time. Participants will be paired with a genetic counselor to help interpret their DNA results. Step 5 is to answer surveys about your health, which includes questions about your lifestyle and environment. The final step, number 6, is completed in person at one of our clinics and involves donating a blood and urine sample. After completing all 6 steps, participants will receive a $25 gift card. Here at UCI, we have 4 locations open with safety modifications. If you are joining us from the Orange County area, we are currently enrolling participants at the UCI Medical Center in Orange, the Gottschalk Medical Plaza at the UCI campus, the UCI Family Health Center in Santa Ana, and we are happy to announce that we have added a new location at the Susan Samueli Integrative Health Institute in Costa Mesa. We also would like to announce that if you go to our website, you can self-schedule at any of the most convenient locations for you. UCI Health is part of the California Precision Medicine Consortium. For those of you joining us today that may not be in Orange County, we welcome you to join at any of our other locations throughout California, including UC San Diego Health, UC Davis Health, UC San Francisco, Cedars-Sinai, and the Keck School of Medicine at USC. For more information about the program and how to participate, please visit our website listed here. Our team is also sending out all this information in the chat box. The QR code on the right will take you directly to our website. Please follow us on social media. Our Instagram handle is @AllOfUsUCI. On behalf of the UCI All of Us Research Program, we thank you for joining our webinar series. We host webinars on a monthly basis, so please keep in touch so we can keep you updated. Here at All of Us, we believe that the future of health begins with you. And now we'll be moving on to our feature presentation. I would like to introduce our wonderful keynote speaker. Dr. Dung Trinh is one of our community advisory board members for the All of Us research program here at UCI. Dr. Trinh is a health educator on preventive health and wellness. He is a medical missionary and serves on the leadership team of multiple healthcare organizations in Orange County, such as the Irvine Clinical Research and Alzheimer's Orange County. He is also the host of Health Talks, heard weekly on OC Talk Radio, which we have linked below his picture. And now we'd like to give a warm welcome to Dr. Trinh. Thank you so much for being here today, Dr. Trinh.
Thank you. Thanks so much for the invite to be here today. And how's everybody doing today? Feel free to comment, ask questions in the chat box, guys, as questions come up and I'm chatting with you. I don't know if you've ever been in one of my lectures, but as you know, I don't really have lectures, I have discussions. And I have discussions because I want to know what's on your mind, your concerns, your questions about the topic that we're going to discuss today. Let me find out if you're able. If you know how to type something in the chat box, type in yes in the chat box. If you're able to, I want to make sure that everyone is able to, very cool, all right. Lots of yeses here. By the way, what city or state are you guys from? I'm just curious. Is anyone here out of state or is everyone here from OC, San Diego, Tustin, Idaho?
Idaho, wow.
Costa Mesa, Corona del Mar, Vegas. Okay, all right. Sonoma County. You guys are from everywhere. Very cool.
Yes, welcome everyone.
Yeah, definitely welcome. And Laguna Woods, okay. Basically areas where I lecture on a regular basis. Some of you guys are actually at UCI. Palm Desert, Mission View. Okay, very cool. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys are here because you're interested in genetics? In genetics. Okay. Yes, 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 lots of yes. And how many of you guys are here because you're interested in Alzheimer's and brain health? Right? We're going to talk about both today, and I have a question for you. Type in, when it comes to brain health, when it comes to Alzheimer's, what do you think is more important? Type in either genetics or lifestyle. What do you think is more important, genetics or lifestyle? I'm curious. See, lifestyle, genetics. Oh, we got like 50-50 here. Okay. Lots of genetics, lots of lifestyle. All right. So let me ask you guys this. If you have the gene, right? If you have the gene, does anyone know the name of an Alzheimer's gene? Does anyone know a gene, you know, a name of an Alzheimer's gene? If you do, type it out. Betty says ApoE3 question mark. Television, ApoE. Okay, close. ApoE, so there isn't one gene that contributes to Alzheimer's. There's actually a number of genes. But the most common gene that we all hear is the ApoE4 gene. That's correct, Stuart, ApoE4 gene. Have you guys heard of ApoE4 before? Yeah, type in yes if you heard of ApoE4 before. No, 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 okay. So let me ask you this question, guys. If you do have the Alzheimer's gene, does it guarantee that you're going to get Alzheimer's? Yes or no? Okay, why not? Why not? Some folks said don't know, most likely. Why not? Who knows? Lifestyle question mark. Okay. All right, I got another question for you guys. If you do not have the Alzheimer's gene, right? Let's say you get your genetic test done at UC Irvine, right? At our All of Us program, our research program, and you get the genetic test done, and you don't have the Alzheimer's gene. Does it mean that you will not get Alzheimer's by 100%? Yes or no? No. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Alexander says, I want to believe. So let's help clear that up today. By the way, out of curiosity, how many of you guys would be curious to know what your genetic makeup looks like? Type in yes if you're curious to know what your genetic makeup look like. Wow. Aren't you guys scared? Aren't you scared? Or not really? There's a lot of yeses here. So the first thing I want to tell you is this. Does everyone have a pen and paper ready to take notes? Type in yes if you have a pen and paper ready to take notes. Not only will I tell you about genetics and all that today, I want to give you some recommendations on lifestyle to reduce your risk for Alzheimer's, okay? So get your pens and paper ready to take notes. The first thing I want you to write down is a phone number. Because if you are interested in getting your genetics tested and interested in the result, right, of your genetics, the All of Us program, right, is a research program that will allow you to get the results of your genetic testing. So that's kind of cool, right? And it'll tell you what kind of risks you have and your genealogy and all that. So yes, we're going to go over genetics. So write down the phone number on your note, 949-824-0282. Okay, 949-824-0282. Type in yes if you've written down your phone number there. This is our UC Irvine All of Us program. Everyone's got it written down. Does anyone need me to say it again? You all got the number down?
We can pop it back up for you, Dr. Trin, if you like.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. We'll put it back up for you guys.
Awesome, thank you.
Awesome.
There you go.
So after my lecture today, if you are interested in getting to know what your genetics look like, that's the number to call, okay? Is it an out of area number? It's a Orange County UCI number or Irvine number, South OC, okay? And so that's the number to call after our talk today. So let me tell you a quick story. Yesterday, I gave a talk, okay? Norma, you need the number again. It's right there on our screen, 949-824-0282. Robert says, how does 23andMe stack up against all the genetic testing at UCI? Genetic testing at UCI gives you a lot more information than simply 23andMe. because it gives you a list of other things. It tells you your ancestry, right? Where your family comes from. It tells you your trait, such as, I don't know, why you would love or hate cilantro. I don't know. It tells you what diseases you may be at risk for. 23andMe does that, right? It tells you how your body may react to medications and things of that sort. So there's a lot more info with us. Do you need to call? If you've already joined, all of us, you don't need to call if you've already joined, because you've already should have had your genetic testing. So guys, yesterday I gave a lecture at the Oasis Senior Center in Newport Beach, and it was a lecture on cancer and cancer risk reduction. And we had an interesting story that kind of relates to what we're going to talk about today. And I told the folks, what causes cancer? Is cancer caused by genetic mutation of a cancer cell, right? It mutates and then you get in trouble because it mutates and becomes cancer. Kind of like COVID, right? COVID mutations, and we get new variants and we get in trouble. Or is cancer caused by bad lifestyle, right? And the analogy I gave regarding the answer for cancer was this. If you had a garden, right? How many guys here garden or plant stuff? Type in yes if you're a gardener or you plant stuff at home. Type in yes if you're a gardener or if you're a planter. Very cool. A few of you guys, right? And it's only like ladies' names. Where are the guys in here? Maybe, okay, Steve, awesome. We got some guys who garden, right? And Felipe, yes. So you're a farmer. To plant something, you start with the seeds, right? The seeds basically is the blueprint that tells the plant what to grow into when it's growing up, right? The seed is the blueprint that tells the plant what to grow into when it's growing up. Does that make sense to you guys so far, that the seed is the blueprint? Type in yes, if that makes sense to you guys. The blueprint that tells the plant what to grow into when it grows up, right? So if I went around as a farmer and I took these seeds and all I did was I threw the seeds around, right? Into grass, into soil, if I was just walking around my sidewalk throwing seed around, does the plant automatically grow when I just toss seed around the dirt? Does the plant automatically grow? Yes or no? Why not? Why not? If the blueprint is there, why doesn't the plant automatically grow, guys? If the blueprint is there, right? No water, need other nutrients, need nutrients. Okay, wrong conditions. All right, so what I told the folks yesterday is that specifically for cancer, Betty says sometimes like mustard seed that the missionaries used to mark their path. Yes, right? So in the instance of cancer, if you have a mutation, right, of the genome, the genetic mutation that may cause cancer, the mutated cell doesn't necessarily grow into cancer unless the soil around that cell is appropriate to allow the cell to grow, okay? So that soil is lifestyle, nutrition, diet, exercise. How good is your immune system, right? For a plant to grow, you need the seed and then you need the soil for a plant to grow. Does that make sense to you guys so far? Type in yes if that makes sense to you guys. It is right? For a plant to grow, you need seed and soil. Now, what I told the folks yesterday is that even if you had mutated cells with cancer, if you live a lifestyle, right? If you had a diet, if you had a type of nutrition, if you exercise, if you lived in a way that doesn't provide the right environment for cancer to grow, right? That mutated cell won't necessarily grow, right? I want to take that story, guys, and bring it over to Alzheimer's. Are you kind of getting what I'm talking about? If you have the gene, which is the seed for Alzheimer's, right? If you have the gene, which is the seed for Alzheimer's, it doesn't guarantee that you'll get Alzheimer's because it depends on the soil to make that seed grow. And that soil, who is in control of the soil, guys? Tell me, who is in control of the soil? That's right. That's right, you are. I am. We are in control of the soil. Absolutely correct. We're in control of our lifestyle. We're in control of what we decide to eat, what we don't eat, how much sleep we get, how much engagement we get in life, right? How much stress we have. Well, maybe not stress, right? Last year and a half was pretty stressful. Okay, Timothy says my wife is in control. Perfect. Yes. And I just celebrated my 25th anniversary, Tim. And folks have asked me, you know, what does it take to get to 25 years, right? And the answer is, it took 2 words. Yes, dear. Yes, dear got us to 25 years. I'm just kidding, guys. So this is an official UCI lecture, right? Not a, so. But anyway, here's the cool thing. Congratulations, 50 years. Here's the neat thing about this research project, all of us. Because the whole idea about precision, right? Precision medicine is that you get your genetic tested, right? Everyone, if you sign your consent form, you come in, right? You answer questions, you get a blood test, right? Assuming you're a candidate. If you're a candidate, you get a blood test. That blood test gives you the seed. It tells you what's in your seed, right? It tells you your genetics. And the cool thing about knowing your genetics, your blueprint, is that now with this knowledge of your blueprint, you can go out and implement what your soil looks like to improve your health. Does that make sense to you guys? Type in yes if that makes sense to you guys. That by knowing your genetics, you can go out now and implement the soil condition, right? The soil condition. Susan says, what if I only gave saliva tests, would it give my genetic results? I believe we need some blood tests and saliva as well. Is that correct? Somebody correct me with that.
It's usually primarily a blood sample, and if they have any other conditions or restrictions, then we do a saliva sample. It's either or, but it is also in addition to a urine sample.
Perfect. Yeah, usually a blood test, because the blood test tells you a lot more than just your genetics as well with that. So Van says, why do I need genetics to lead a good lifestyle? Great question. Great question. We should all live a good lifestyle. Isn't that correct? Right? But here's the truth. If we all know that we should live a good lifestyle, right? Obesity should not be, a pandemic in the United States, nor diabetes, right? 2 out of 3 Americans are either diabetic or not, or pre-diabetic, and we all know what's good for us. So absolutely correct. We know what we should do, but oftentimes the impetus and the is not there until you know your genetics. When you know your genetics and what you are potentially at risk for, you are more motivated because you know your personal genetics. That's precision medicine, right? The precision medicine is not one size fit all. Everyone take the same pill for longevity, right? That's blanket medicine. Precision medicine is, I know my personal genetics, I know my genes, right? I know what I have, what I'm at risk for. And so I am now motivated to make some changes. And the cool thing with this, this research project is that we get to kind of monitor and follow you over time, right? Over time, we'll be doing surveys and you can tell us your lifestyle and your nutrition and things of that sort, because we can track and let you know if there are certain lifestyles that are associated, you know, more with this condition or that condition and things of that sort. So you get a lot of cool information with that. Robert says, once I find out my risk, is it ever too late to change my lifestyle? Great question. It is never too late to change your lifestyle, Robert. Okay. The only thing we have to fear is simply fear of the unknown. Once we know our seed, we have some control over our lifestyle and our soil. Now, how long does it take to get the results once they give blood and urine?
I can help with that. So we don't have a particular time frame. It does depend on our sampling. It depends on our research labs. However, you will be notified when they become available well in advance, and they're also not mailed out by no means. So when you sign up for the program, you create a portal for yourself that only you have your username and password. And that's how you will also have to give consent if you want them back, and then you'll receive them there.
Awesome. And do they have to be in California to be a participant?
Oh, no. So this is a national program. So we are in various states. If you go to our website, we do have the national page linked there as well. So you're welcome to join in any other states. So if you have family or friends in other states, we welcome you to also find your local center there.
Yes, so great. You don't have to be, national. So this is a national program. Scott asks, is alcohol bad? That's an interesting question. Well, what would you like to hear? You know what's interesting about alcohol is this, guys. Red wine is part of the Mediterranean diet. Have anyone heard of the Mediterranean diet before? Red wine is part of the Mediterranean diet. There's been a number of studies, guys, that have linked the Mediterranean diet to lowering the risk for heart disease and lowering your risk for Alzheimer's. As a matter of fact, in one study that's been published with the Mediterranean diet, we followed two groups of folks, and one group was on what we call the MIND diet. The MIND diet is a combination of the Mediterranean diet and another diet, which is a heart health diet. And we compared that to a group that was just eating the non-Mediterranean, right, non-MIND diet. We followed them for a few years, the two groups. At the end of those few years, we looked to see how many patients, right, how many volunteers developed Alzheimer's from both groups. The group that was on the MIND diet, and I'll tell you in a minute here what the MIND diet consists of. The group that was on the MIND diet in one study had a 54% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's than the control group. Diet, guys, in this case, cut the risk of Alzheimer's in half. Is that not amazing? That diet, right? Are you guys ready for the MIND diet? Type in yes if you're ready for the MIND diet. I'll tell you what it is. All right, you got your notes ready? there's 10 categories of food, right? 10 categories of food that consist of the MIND diet. Number 1, green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. Number 1. Okay. So that could be kale, that could be, salad, spinach, different types of green leafy vegetables. Number 1. Right? It's a combination of the Mediterranean and the DASH diet, basically, which is just a heart health diet. Okay. Number 2 is non-green leafy veggies. So basically, guys, anything that comes out of the ground, right? Plant-based is the MIND diet. So that's number 2. Okay, vegetables in general. Number 3 is berries. Berries include blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. Okay, so berries is number 3. Berries is high in antioxidants. Okay, super high in antioxidants. Anything that is an antioxidant normally lowers inflammation with that. Okay. Gabriel says, what if you're on coumadin? If you're on coumadin, don't take the green leafy vegetables. Cross that out. There are 9 other things you can take. Okay, you can eat. Number 4, are cherries in berries? Is a cherry a berry, guys? That's a good question. Is a cherry a berry? Number 4, nuts. Nuts could mean almonds. Nuts can mean pistachios. Nuts, pecans, different types of nuts. Okay, different types of nuts. Very cool. That's number 4. Nuts is a good source of protein as well. And almonds, yes. Can you eat it raw? Well, yeah, it's not very flavorful, but anything closer to the ground is good. Almond milk. Okay, so nuts is a good source of good fat and also protein. Number 5 is olive oil. Olive oil is big in the Mediterranean diet. Olive oil, guys, especially extra virgin olive oil should replace your other oils, in my mind. There are so many studies published on olive oil and the potential health benefits as it is part of the Mediterranean diet. Okay. What about avocado oil? Not a lot of studies on avocado oil that I've seen. Doesn't mean it's bad. Number 6 is whole grain. Number 6 is whole grain. The emphasis is on the word whole. Whole means fiber. Okay, the more fiber, the better. Fiber helps with your digestive tract. Fiber helps to lower your cholesterol. And fiber is also brain health with that. There's a question here about cooking olive oil. I think if you put it on high heat, you kind of destroy the olive oil. If you ever try to cook with olive oil, definitely low heat with that. So whole grains, number 6, mainly shots of olive oil. Ooh, that's interesting, Gio. I don't know how that tastes. Maybe next to the wine, right? Number 7, guys, is fish. Okay, tell me, what is in fish that makes fish healthy? Does anyone know? What is in fish that makes fish healthy? You guys are an educated group. Absolutely. Omega-3 fatty acid. Absolutely correct. Omega-3 fatty acid. It is, again, an antioxidant. Fish is a good source as well of good fat, right? Forever, we have been taught that fat is bad, right? Forever, we have been taught that fat is bad. But the truth is, you actually need fat. You just need the good fat, guys. Fats, right? That's the difference. You need fat, but we need the good fat. The good fats can be found in fish. The good fats can be found in avocados. The good fats can be found in nuts. So definitely, you need the good fat with that. Okay. Next one is beans. Beans. Beans is number 8. Give me some examples of beans. There's black beans. There's pinto beans. Yes, give me some examples. Let's lentil, navy white. Yeah, yep. Kidney beans. Garbanzo beans are pretty good. Super good. Legumes. Okay. Excellent. Green beans, all right. Okay, next one, number 9. Number 9 of the mind diet, guys, is poultry. Poultry, so that is chicken or fish, right? Chicken or fish, poultry. Poultry should replace your red meat, right? Turkey as well. Poultry should replace your red meat, right? I'm not knocking on beef, but I am kind of knocking on beef. and the data shows that too much red meat isn't necessarily part of a heart healthy diet or a brain healthy diet, and that's why poultry is replacing that. Val is pork red meat. The pig would say yes. The pig would say yes, right? Lastly, number 10. Number 10 answers the original question about wine. Is alcohol good? What about sushi? Love sushi, right? Number 10 is a glass of red wine. A glass of red wine. What's interesting is that red wine is part of the Mediterranean diet and is part of a heart healthy diet and a brain healthy diet. But let me ask you this. What is the substance in red wine that makes it healthy? Does anyone know? Substance in red wine. Wow. You guys are definitely a smart group. There's like 5 different spellings here of resveratrol. I'm not even sure which one's the correct one. It's resveratrol. Resveratrol is found on the skin of red grapes, right? Resveratrol is found on the skin of red grapes. And it is a strong antioxidant. And that's probably the health benefit that we see in red wine. But guys, do not conclude this lecture walking out and saying, Dr. Trin recommends I start to drink alcohol for my brain, okay? Because if you do not drink alcohol, do not start. Right? If you don't drink alcohol, don't even start. You have 9 other things on the list here. I'm talking to the folks that already are drinking. If you are drinking, red over white as far as health benefits. And can you get resveratrol from a pill form? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Debbie says Dr. Trin said. Is there non-alcoholic alternatives to wine? Yeah, it's called red grapes. With that. And guys, in the study, it's only 1 glass a day of red wine. Okay, in the study, it's only 1 glass a day. So don't go overboard with it. And in the study, the glass size is not this big. Okay, the glass size is not this big. Maybe, maybe 4 ounces or something like that. All right, I'm clarifying the wine part here for you guys. It's not this glass, right? It's this glass. And you cannot save all your glasses till Saturday. That doesn't work either. So if that's not enough clarification. So that, guys, is the MIND diet. That is a diet that will reduce your risk of Alzheimer's. It's been published in several studies, not just one, but in several studies. How many of you guys think you can do this diet? Type in yes if you think you can do this diet. Yeah? Type in yes. The MIND diet is MIND. Great. Some of you guys are already doing it. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, except for the alcohol. Good for you. And you know what's interesting? When it comes to reducing the risk of Alzheimer's, right, with this diet, I want you guys to count. Judy says need chocolate. Oh, ooh, maybe dark chocolate perhaps, right? What about omega-3 supplements? Yeah, if you are not a fish eater, I suppose you can do the fish pill. Barb is already 7 out of 10. Awesome, congratulations. What about cheese? I think maybe it depends on the type of cheese with that. So if you look at your list of the MIND diet, I want you to do a little exercise for me. Look through the list of 10 items on the MIND diet and tell me how many of those 10 items come out of the ground. How many of those 10 items come out of the ground? Put in your answer. 10 items, how many of them come out of the ground? Okay, why don't you guys agree on why do I see 4 and versus 10? How many of those 10 items came initially out of the ground? Is it 7? Really? Okay, what are the 2 items that are meat? What are the 2 items that are meat on here, on my list? Poultry and fish, right? Those are the 2 items that did not come out of the ground. Am I correct? Poultry and fish. Those are the only 2 items that did not come out of the ground. So the answer is 8 of the 10 items initially grew from a plant or a tree. Does that make sense to you guys? Including the wine, right? That came from a grape. So what I'm really saying, guys, is that if you want to reduce your risk, if you want a soil, right, whatever your seed looks like, your DNA looks like, when you do your DNA testing, right, when you come in and you sign up for the test and you get your blood test, whatever the seed looks like, to have an awesome looking soil, you need a plant-based diet, right? You need a plant-based diet because the MIND diet is a plant-based diet. It's 80% out of the ground. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? Type in yes so that makes sense. Plant-based diet, okay, is key. Awesome, awesome. I'm teaching you how to prepare your soil to make it healthy, okay? All right, some additional questions that was emailed into us as well. Should we go through some of those questions, Linda? Any specific questions you want to read out to us that we can address?
Let's see. So a lot of them you have covered. So we did get questions about dieting and Alzheimer's, food nutrition, but we did want to see, have you, since this is a very big topic and one of your focus points, have you heard anything about COVID and Alzheimer's?
Absolutely. I actually give lectures on COVID and Alzheimer's on a regular basis over the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you?
And so, we can do one of those lectures for you guys one time. But let me give you an overview of COVID and Alzheimer's.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Have you guys heard of post-COVID brain fog? Post-COVID brain fog. Have you guys heard of that?
Oh, that's actually another question that we received about
yes.
foggy brain of COVID.
Foggy brain. I've got a number of patients who has had COVID and they are out of work for months now, or sometimes over a year, because it has made their brain foggy. And what that means is they can no longer concentrate. Their memory has declined.
Oh, no.
They have mental health issues that includes depression, anxiety, PTSD, right?
Oh, wow. Is that in a certain age group, or is it seen predominantly in older adults, or is it a wide range?
It's a wide range. Post-COVID brain fog. How does that work? Why does COVID affect the brain? Okay, is the question we should ask with that. And do you guys know, or have you guys had anyone who had COVID and had a loss of the ability to taste and smell? Type in yes if you have known someone who have lost the ability to taste and smell.
Yes. Yeah, me as well.
And yes. And let me connect this to you guys. So why do we lose the ability to smell when we catch COVID? Real forward and straightforward. COVID enters our body through mainly mouth, nose, right? Mainly through mouth, nose is how it gets to our body. It's how it gets down to our lungs, right? Starts with a fever, sore throat, all that stuff goes to your lungs, right? If you're not, if your immune system isn't great. What is the name of the nerve that affects the ability to smell? What is the name of the nerve that allows you to smell? Does anyone know? If you know, type in the name of the nerve. Absolutely, we got some folks here. You guys are like bio majors or something. How do you guys know the name of the olfactory nerve? It's like the UCI group here. You guys are super.
Right, smarty pants.
Smarty pants, the olfactory nerve. That's right. So the olfactory nerve starts in the brain and then it travels down, okay? It's got these little fingers and it travels down. Betty says, because we know of your talks. Yes, that's right. Betty follows me on my talks. So the olfactory nerve starts in your brain and it dangles down. Where does the little fingers of the olfactory nerve end up? Does anyone know? Where does the olfactory nerve end up in our body? The little fingers of the olfactory nerve. That's correct. It's in your nasal passage, right? That's why you smell with your nose, because the olfactory nerve dangles right in our large nasal passages. It dangles in there. right? It doesn't dangle out of your mouth, but it starts in your brain, it goes down, and then your nasal passages, right? These little fingers, they're like little roots that kind of dangle, right? In your nasal passage. When COVID enters, it comes through here, doesn't it? Right? So the virus comes up your nose. Before it goes down to your lungs, it sees, right? The virus sees these little dangling olfactory nerve. And what does the virus do? The virus goes into the nerve and goes up the nerve. As the virus travels up your olfactory nerve, it damages the nerve, causes inflammation. And if you have a damaged olfactory nerve dangling in your nasal passage, right, you start to lose your ability to what? If you damage your olfactory nerve. Absolutely correct. This is why you can't smell. Okay? The virus goes up the olfactory nerve and it travels up. And guys, the olfactory nerve is connected to the brain, right? Think of brain fog, right? So does it make, so there is a link. There's actually an anatomical link where the virus can travel, guys, directly up to your brain, because there are studies where the olfactory nerve was of COVID patients were evaluated, and we find the virus inside the nerve. The virus has direct access to your brain through the nerve and causes issues that is connected to, brain issues, right? Brain fog and different things of that sort. Is it permanent? Most of the time, it is not permanent. Most folks do get their smell back over time. Some get their smell back a lot faster than others. Guys, it's like 12. We can probably talk for another hour, but our time is pretty much up for today. I'll be glad to come back another time and chat more with you guys. And I just wanted to thank you for hanging out with all of us today. You have our phone number here, guys. Give us a call today or whenever you can, and let's get you signed up so you can check out what the seed looks like, your genetics. And I'll give it back to you guys right now.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Trin. We are so honored to have had you with us today. A lot of great information. So hopefully we have all learned something, not just for ourselves, but also for our families. So we welcome everybody to go ahead and take our information down. So this first line here is our main website. So it's allofus.health.uci.edu. That will also link you to our national resources. And there we have all the updates for our upcoming webinars. We usually do them on a monthly basis. And on our website, you can also schedule yourself. So if you are in the Orange County area, there's a self-schedule there. But if you are not, I do want to remind everybody, this is a national program. So we do welcome everyone to join within your local state. And we also have our data available for those that are into science and research and data, or just citizen scientists, we call them. You can go to our research hub. So it's researchallofus.org. Our phone number here is the local one for UCI. And this is our email if you have any questions or anything else you'd like to get back to our team. And this QR code on the right is different than the one earlier. So this is specifically for our feedback survey. So we do read each and every one of them. We do try to answer as many as we can, but we always look forward to the topics of interest. And every single month it's different. We have different experts as well. But as you all heard, Dr. Trin will be back with us. So thank you so much, Dr. Trin. And we want to remind you all that he's also on Health Talks OC. So we thank you all for joining us this lunchtime hours. Sorry for going a couple minutes over, but thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you, Dr. Trin.